Hi friends, Mr. Kevin here with the Children's Museum of the Lowcountry in Charleston, South Carolina. And I'm going to show you how to make amazing hatching dragon eggs using a few supplies from your kitchen. The first thing you're going to need is baking soda, and you'll also need some water, some vinegar, maybe a spoon, maybe some paper towels if it gets a little messy, and you're going to need a bowl, either a dropper or a straw will work if you don't have a dropper, and a little dragon to go in the middle of your egg. Now the first step is going to be mixing your water into your baking soda. And this is pretty messy once you get your hands into it. So you can let your children do it and they'll enjoy the texture, the sensory of that gritty baking powder. But what might be even more fun is if you mix it together while they're sleeping. And that way, when you experiment with it the next day when it's ready, they won't know what to expect and they'll be even more surprised because they won't know what's hiding in the middle. So we're just going to add in the water, just a little at a time. If it gets too wet, you can just add more baking soda. And if it's too crumbly, add more water. We just want it to stick together so that we can form it into the egg. And if you wanted to, you could add glitter in at this point to make it extra sparkly and fun. Or you could add some drops of food coloring in to make it a little more colorful, however you think your dragon egg should look. And mine was a little too wet, so I added some more baking soda until it clumped together. Now that it's nice and goopy, I'm going to dig my hands in and scoop it out. Ta-da! And I'll put my dragon and squish and press it into the dough. And then I'll get some more and plop it on top and roll it in my hands until I get a nice egg shape and my dragon is completely hidden. And it's going to feel kind of wet and mushy. But once it's completely covered, you can just pop it onto any sort of little tray or plate that'll be safe to put in the freezer. You're going to want to freeze it for at least 2 hours, I'd say. So even if you did this while they're taking their nap, you could do it later in the afternoon. And they'll be so surprised when they see the chemical reaction. So first, we're going to make a physical reaction. We're just going to put it in the freezer so that all the water in the mixture will freeze. And when it comes out, it's going to be a hard egg with a secret hiding in the middle. Here's my one I made earlier. Ooh, it's cold. Ta-da! A beautiful green and blue dragon egg. You can't see the dragon inside. So how are we going to make it hatch? This is where you can have the fun experiment with your kids. Put it in a bowl, and they can make observations about their dragon egg. They can touch it gently and see how it feels cold with their sense of touch. And it feels kind of crusty. and then you'll give them the vinegar. And you can just use clear vinegar, or you could have several small cups of vinegar and put some food coloring in, and that way you can see the different colors mix when you squirt them out. So you can use a dropper to suck it up, or you can put your finger over the top of a straw to create suction. You can ask your children to make predictions about what they think will happen when the clear liquid hits the dragon egg, and you just squirt it out. And they can use their sense of hearing to hear it fizz, and they can see the bubbles. See all those bubbles down there? That's the chemical reaction of the vinegar and the baking soda. And they can just squirt more and more and watch the fizzy chemical reaction as it helps their dragon hatch. I see part of my dragon. His little foot. And this is a good task for their pincer grasp. Those little fingers. And that's a good skill to have when they start learning to write, so they can hold their pencil with their strong fingers. Ooh, mine sounds like the ocean waves. That's all the gas being released, all the little bubbles popping. Ooh, look, my liquid was clear when I started, but when I squirt it on to my blue and green egg, the liquid turns blue and green. I wonder what will happen if I put some red into my vinegar and swirl it around. Now all my vinegar is red. And now I'm going to squirt the red vinegar onto my creation. Ooh. Did you see that? Now the liquid's getting dark. It's turning kind of purpley brown as it mixes the red and blue. And once you do enough, the baking soda will dissolve away down to the bottom. And you'll see your dragon. He'll be ready to hatch. Here he comes. I see his little face. Ah! It's a newborn baby dragon. A shiny blue dragon. It's still halfway in its egg, but it makes my fingers really cold. Woo! So I have to put it down and put some more vinegar on. Whoa, look at all those bubbles. fizzling and sizzling. And here he comes. Look how dark the liquid is now, because all the red mixed with the blue and green into a murky brown. And ta-da! My dragon's almost free! So there you have it. That's how you make a fizzlin', sizzlin' dragon egg that you pop in your freezer and then you help it hatch. You can share your dragon egg creation with us on social media at ExploreCML or with the hashtag CHSPlays. Bye friends, thanks for playing.